Hey, everybody, and welcome to the 10th episode of the OHP podcast with Drew. Got my buddy Mitch here and Mr. Benjamin Gross, one of our long-term actors that's pretty much in every movie that we've done recently.
Yeah.
He plays Dr. Martin in almost all the movies.
Except for Sheriff Martin.
Oh, yeah, except for Sheriff in the Bog Anthology, and then also he is in the movie we're here to talk about today, Unknown Strangers.
Jack Casey.
Jack Casey.
Okay,
That's
this
a cool
is
name.
this is way before I came along, so
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Jack Casey. I got to play in Unknown Strangers, and that was the first movie we did.
Yeah.
And
How did we meet?
At the Strauss Theater in Monroe, Louisiana, and you were hiding in a dark corner in the back, reading something about comic books, I thought, and it turns out we had a break.
Yeah.
In musical theater rehearsal, and I was really tired, and you were sitting in the back, and I was like, I need a minute. This guy seems cool. I haven't talked to him yet. And then I sat down next to you, and I was like, hey, your name's Mitch, right? And then, and you had some comic book thing on your phone, and it was a album cover or something.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
actually, I think it was my the Avenge album.
Yeah, the album,
I was
about
doing
the Avengers.
that.
And you're flipping through, and you're like, look at this. And I'm like, you're a real nerd.
I am.
And then I was like, I like you immediately.
Well, see, like that was my first play that I had done since I was a child.
Right.
Like I was a child actor first, and so it.
That's why you're so messed up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
child actors.
So I hadn't done any play or stage acting since I was like 14.
Yeah.
So it had been a long time.
And
you
you've
know?
been playing music basically since.
Yes. But the thing is I heard that the play was Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, the Young Frankenstein, the musical.
Yeah, and
written by Mel Brooks himself.
Yes, and I couldn't not go
you
out
have to do
for
it.
that.
I felt the exact same way. As
Yeah.
soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, we're doing this.
I know it's been so long since I've done it, and I didn't even it said like you got to be able to sing and dance
Like,
and
I don't
act.
care.
And I was like, well, I can sing, I can act. We'll figure the dance part out.
Yeah, same.
Boy, we had to.
Oh man, it was fun. It was a blast. It was a great show for the most part.
It also let me know that you can still learn new things in your 30s, like dance
Yeah,
choreography.
it was a good time.
So, as far as Unknown Strangers go, like I said, I wasn't around for that. I didn't get started with Open Heart Productions until The Rake. But as far as Unknown Strangers goes, whose idea was that, and like how did that come about?
Well, as y'all know from episode 9,
Obviously.
that was Sharky Pinkston's whole baby. That was his thing. Because after the Rednecks for Hire show,
Well, yeah. Go ahead.
after the Rednecks for Hire show ended in late 2019, we all remember what happened in 2020.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Is 2020 we needed something to do,
COVID.
and COVID hit.
Yeah, and there was nothing to do. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like whenever that happened, I kind of had like this wave of like thankfulness
Why?
that I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have. I can't go play music. I can't work
can't
on a
do
TV
anything.
show. I just have to stay home and just lay up in bed.
Yeah.
And I had been so used to never stopping that I needed that.
So at that point in time, I used to work for, I don't want to give them a shout out, but Palm Beach Tan. And I worked under tanning beds, and I was one out of two people in our whole company that got to work all through COVID.
Okay.
You were the essential
like
worker.
I was the essential person that had to go check on things and make sure everything was
I was
okay.
also lucky that my job as the TV station video editor was considered essential.
Essential?
Yeah,
Right,
so
right.
and I worked the 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. shift. That means you're not really around anybody to begin with, except for the anchors and the people that are running the equipment.
Right.
But whenever 2020 hit, we couldn't do anything by March, and I'm not gonna lie to you, by July, it had been so long since I had done anything for me that I was just kind of like, you know what, I don't want to do music anymore. I don't want to do movies anymore. I don't want to do anything anymore. This is too hard. Like, it was like my body was getting the shock finally of like constantly going, I don't want to do any of this anymore. And the worst part about it is not only did I not want to do it, but I had creatively no more ideas. Like I couldn't write.
That hurts.
Yeah, like I couldn't write anything that I couldn't think of anything cool, and I was just like, okay, well this is over then. It was a good run, and
I was all right. I did it.
yeah.
But what happened? What changed? What made you?
Sharky.
Oh.
He was working at the TV station with me, and he came into the editing bay because I was the editor, and he was one of the online posters that posted the stories online. So we were,
Another essential worker.
yeah. So we were on the same shift, relatively. I got there about 3 hours before everybody else, but relatively on the same shift.
Okay.
So my question is, as far as Unknown Strangers go, on that being your first thing that you worked with Mitch on besides the Strauss,
Yeah.
what was your experience like?
Look, we had so much fun. First of all, when you pitched it to me, you're like, "Hey, dude, we're gonna do zombies, and we're all bored. Let's do it." And then,
And we're not going to show the zombies.
and we're not gonna show the zombies.
Yeah.
Like the way you pitched it was fun, too, because I didn't want to do. It was just good to do it because the scary stuff is always in your head. You know, like you want to not see the shark in Jaws, right? So I just like the way you pitched it, and then. I mean, I was excited too. I've always wanted to do the screen acting, that jump to screen acting instead of stage. I've done a ton of stage acting. I've been on stage since I was
Unknown your first
17.
movie?
First film, though.
First film?
Yeah, first time I was doing camera stuff. And then Mitch knew that I was the lead in Young Frankenstein, so he's like, I gave you a bunch of lines. Or Chris, he's like, you got up all these lines, memorize them right now. And I was like, okay.
And he did.
So we did. But the fun part, and this is one of the best parts about that whole movie, is we had a lot of theater actors. in
Oh
it,
yeah,
actually.
it was mostly Strauss actors in that.
And then we had a lot of cuts. We did a lot of quick cuts, a lot of quick edits that was just like choppy, a lot of editing, and we would, have time to screw the line up and like do again,
I think that was probably the biggest like breath of fresh air for
Yeah.
all of y'all theater folks.
We were terrified.
Is y'all
Right.
are so used to we have to get it on the first
Right.
take,
And
and
then-
I remember that was palpable with all of
In
y'all
at the
that
beginning,
first
right?
movie,
And then
yeah.
I caught on to it fairly
Yeah,
quickly,
yeah.
and I was like, no, do it again. You'll be fine.
Yeah, just do another one.
and or just keep going. And then, but then it worked out because I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, but my favorite experience in the whole movie was near the end of the film, or in the middle of the film, when we're all sitting around the candles.
Yes.
And we're having a conversation that has to start off with a big laugh. Joke that we didn't tell. I've got like the punchline to a joke that I didn't tell.
No one hears.
And no one ever hears. And so we had to fake laugh at the beginning of the take every time. We probably filmed it like 10 times or something. But,
Well, I know Sharky was very much trying to do like the Firefly.
Yes, the
of
Firefly
just
cut of
starting
when they're
with-
at the dinner
yes,
table.
yeah.
And the actors in Firefly have talked about how they hated that. Like,
They just
it's so
start
funny.
laughing and then start talking about the
And
stuff.
then, but the beauty of that scene is that the editing was very choppy. We would do like one scene, one line, one cut, one action moment. And then, but that moment, the film slows down and it gets real and grounded in that. And then I think Daniel Stark just
long
like
takes
the oneers started, and he would just circle around us as we're all sitting in a circle. The girls are braiding each other's hair. We have a breath of fresh air from the zombies for a second, and we've got a moment to be humans just for a minute. And all the stage actors knew all their lines.
Yeah.
And so even though we had been spending days together, I think we filmed this near the very end of the shoot.
Yeah.
And but we had spent
One of the
days
last
just
2 or
doing the
3
choppy.
weekends.
Yeah, we were doing it really choppy for the whole time, but we were ready for that scene. And it boiled down and it got really soft. So we had to start off with the big loud laugh, and then it got real serious real quick because we started talking about like kids dying and zombies eating children and stuff and shit we'd seen. And it was like it had to get really mellow real quick. And every actor in that scene brings something so heavy and good to it. Like we're all laughing, and then like who? Marcus.
That was
Marcus
the first time
brought
we got
some
to
stuff,
work with Marcus.
and he had no theater training too.
No
And
acting training.
nailed it.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
the only thing he had ever done is he had done like some commercials.
Yeah,
with
commercial
Daniel.
stuff, right? And then I had a moment where I had to talk something serious, and then Chrissy had to give something serious, but it ended up being a beautiful, mellow scene, and then it ended up being like 7, 8, 9 minutes long each take, like every time. And then Daniel, smartly enough, never cut. And so, because the vibe was there. Right. And so he never cut, and Sharky was really bad about, if I don't say cut, don't cut.
And so, and he sometimes would forget to say cut.
Yeah, well,
And we would
I
just
wasn't going
keep
to say that,
going.
but yeah. So we got used to not cutting if he didn't, and so Daniel would just keep walking and keep walking. But all the actors, we were like, okay, we're doing this whole scene.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Here
is,
we go.
If we finished the scene and Sharky didn't yell cut, we would just start doing the
Just
scene
keep
over
going.
again.
Yeah. And so we did the whole scene, and it was like 7-8 minutes each take. And then I remember after the very first take, we finished the last line. I think we did some ad lib just at the very end. And yes, because I had the last line, so I ad libbed something to kind of indicate to Sharky, like, "Hey, we're done. I'm making stuff up
what
now."
was it? Still think it's fucking weird. Though.
Yeah.
The praying to the door.
That praying
yes.
to the door is fucking weird, though. Yeah, because
Well-
we came up with several ad libs at the end,
Yeah.
and that was like the last one. But I remember after the very first take, we finished that 7-minute long take, and the whole crew was like, "Dang, that was great!" Like we just got random applause because it was like, "Wow, that was good.
Yeah.
Let's do it again." And then we did it again and nailed it perfectly.
It
No
was-
one missed a line, nothing.
It really was. It did kind of feel like watching a play.
It
little
was.
bit,
It
like-
was great. It was
and-
a great moment. I loved it. That was one. That's still one of my favorite moments of all the films that we've done so far. That campfire moment is still one of my all-time favorite moments. Period. And I would encourage everybody to watch, even if you don't watch the whole movie. Like literally, just watch
Yeah.
that scene. It's so good.
So, did you ever think
Yeah.
then that
I
we
got
would
this.
make as many movies that we've done so far now since then?
Yes.
We did.
Yes, I knew that we would, and here's the reason why. Because working with Mitch right away in Young Frankenstein and right away in Unknown Strangers, he came out like, we're doing this, I'm finishing it. It might not be great, but I'm doing it anyway. And then, like, but you said the same thing kind of about your music, too. You're like, it's not a perfect album, but I got it done.
Yeah.
And I've got, like, 5 albums on Spotify.
Yeah.
And then we immediately, that was the first conversation we had, was like, this dude's got 6 albums on Spotify that he's completed. And I know a lot of artists, and I know a lot of performers, and I know a lot of creative people, I know a lot of writers. Very, very, very few of them have completed a film, have completed a movie.
A thing.
A lot of people have really great ideas, but you had completed several ideas.
Yes.
So, to answer your question, yeah, I knew that as soon as, if I was working with him, we were going to finish a bunch of movies. And I knew that. I was in it from the beginning. Like, let's go. We're doing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
We might be good at it, we might not, but
Well,
we're going to do it.
Because, like, really, Sharky was the director of
He was.
Unknown
He was.
Strangers.
Yep.
Like, I was the producer of that film, and I played the cannibal,
The cannibal.
the serial killer and cannibal, adapting to life in the zombie apocalypse. And that's how I pitched it to everyone
Yeah.
that...
And it's a great concept.
Yes, it
But
really
the
is.
cannibal is the one who is now normal after
Yes.
the zombie apocalypse.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
I got-
everybody's eating each other.
I had so much fun playing...
Got weird, man.
Yes.
It was so much fun weird. It was great.
Yes.
Like weird in a good way that you want from your actors. You're like, dang, dude's going to another level.
I really liked... My favorite scene with me and you was the ending scene.
Oh yeah, the fight.
Yeah, where we had to fight.
I got
and-
to feel like Indiana Jones for a
Yeah,
second,
you had to
man.
dive under the plane, and we talked, and then I had to dive through the plane to try to get you.
Yeah.
And then, like, we had to do the stunt with the wrench hitting you in the face and
Yes.
everything.
Thank
like,
God we only had to do that once.
and it was just that was so much fun
Yeah,
to me.
that was great.
And dying, I love dying.
And dying. Yeah, Chrissy getting you good and everything. No spoiler alert. But yeah.
Which, if you want to, if you go to my YouTube channel, Mitch Lang, you can find Unknown Strangers
Yeah.
on there. That's the only.
Which
place.
I've always hated the title. Like, it's such a misnomer. Like, of course, every stranger is unknown. It's
Yeah.
just such a stupid title. Don't let that dissuade you.
Yeah, well, like I said in episode 9, whenever Sharky was the first person ever, because ever since I did Ne'er-do-Wells back in 2010, it's very rare that I am out in public for longer than 2 hours hanging out in public before somebody's coming up and pitching me an idea for a movie.
Really?
Yeah, ever since I did Ne'er-do-Wells, it's been that way my entire life after that.
Wow.
And I always tell everyone the same thing, and I mean it too. Like, listen, whatever your idea is,
Yeah.
go home, learn how to write a script,
And finish it.
Write you a script, bring me the script, and if I read it and think it's awesome,
Oh.
I will do whatever I can to make it happen.
And that's still now. Like, I would tell
Yes.
anybody watching this, if you can write a script, that's what we need most.
Yes.
Like, that's priceless.
Don't come to me with your idea.
No ideas. Scripts. Finished. Even vomit drafts
Yes.
are good.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah,
I get it
I am
too.
too.
Like I just told him the idea, the summary of it instead of writing the script.
Which I'm not gonna lie, Drew. You are one of like 3 people ever that told me the idea for something, and it sparked something in my head that I was like, "There's actually a really awesome movie in this story,"
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I might write your script for you,
Okay.
but that's only because you're my best friend.
Right.
All right, like.
That'd be
you,
awesome.
You motherfuckers have to put in like 10 plus years of friendship to get me to want to
Right.
write my script for you.
Because I don't know if anybody remembered us talking about Ne'er-do-Wells a few episodes ago, but that's actually the first movie that I was actually supposed to have a part of.
Yep.
And y'all don't know that.
He was supposed to play
But,
Jimmy the Crackhead
Right.
originally.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And hell, I don't know how many years went by before Rake came about.
Oh, yeah,
man,
like
it's a long time.
2000, and we started pre-production for the official like production company version of the movie because that's one movie that I tried doing myself and I couldn't finish it myself. It's one of but it was also like my first movie I'd ever tried to make.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't finish it by myself. And then whenever Delta Films read the script and said, "Hey, we'll shoot this whole movie for you, and we'll train you to be a real director so that you can co-direct it and everything." So I was like, "Yes, let's throw everything I had done away and let's reshoot everything." And
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
I'm glad that's the one time that I'm glad we did that. But
Yeah, let him write the script for you. Then you can.
but Sharky was the
you
first.
can have a withdrew.
Sharky was the first person ever that I said, "Go write me a script," that showed up 2 months
And
later
did it.
and said, "Hey man, I got the script.
Really?
Yeah, I got the script right here. I think I can pull together with my life savings and a couple other stuff. I'm pretty sure I can get about $25K together. I have this bucket list I want to have done by the time I'm 40, and write and direct my own movie is one of those items.
Wow.
And I turn 40 next year, so would you be willing to, produce
Wow.
this movie for me?"
Thank God he got older. That's great.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, I didn't know that.
And I read the script and I was legitimately blown away by it. I was like, this is a really good idea. This is really good dialogue. The kills are brutal.
Brutal.
And then after I got done reading it, I walked out there to him. I said, "So Sharky, you're wanting me to play the cannibal, right? I'm assuming that's what you want." He's like, "I figured you'd be all right with it." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm
Right,
with it."
right.
Yeah.
So,
Besides the airport, like real quick,
Oh yeah.
talk about what it was like filming at the Chenault Aviation.
That was
Airport.
fantastic, and honestly, is a big reason why we got Sea of Madness to let us film on the ship on the USS Kidd as well. Chenault was so good to us. They let us. They were so excited to be a part of it. They had a plane under repair that we got to push in.
Yeah, they're like,
while-
"Oh, perfect. You'll need a plane. We got one
You
out
got
there
a
right
plane
now."
we're working on, and they winched it in for us on a Saturday morning, just real slow, and we had
Pretended like you're
and then we
pushing.
pushed it out, and then we prepped it. We timed it, and we knew we had to do your line. Okay, guys, as soon as you finish your lines, like run back and start over
Yeah.
because they can't winch the plane in again.
We have to like pull it out as the group
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do it again.
So we finished the whole scene, and then we ran back to our starting positions and like did it again,
That's
just to get
right.
another take.
They pulled the plane all the
Yeah.
way out, like,
And we just had to hurry up and do
yeah,
it.
because once they got it all the way
Yeah.
in, they couldn't.
It was kind
pull
of like
back
beating the
out.
sunset because we had to hurry up and get it while the light was there, but we had to get it while the plane was there.
And we did like 3 takes. It was so
Yeah.
far out that we got 3
Yeah.
takes in. by
They
the
extended
time-
the winch all the way for us
Yeah.
as far as it would go, and then they just slowly winched it in. 'Cause
I
they
forgot all about
Yeah, it was
that.
great.
Oh.
So we rehearsed it once or twice because we knew we were only going to get one shot at it.
One-
kind of thing.
one winching
quick,
all the way.
as many. Yeah. So we did that, and then they were like, at some point they had said, "Don't touch the planes," and we're like, "Dude, we've been all over these planes for
Yeah.
like the past 3 days." Like, I'm sorry, but like my fingerprints are on every plane at Chenault
Yeah.
Aviation Museum, and it was amazing to be there and to be a part of it. The hard part was it's near the airport, so there were a lot of vehicles. This is where we got the idea for the Bogman documentary because
Yes.
we ruined
So many.
so many good, some of the best acting I might have ever done in my life, and just car.
takes. Can't use that take.
Or then wait, like mid take, and I'm like, got tears coming, and Daniel's like, "Oh man, there's a power line," and they're like, "Daniel, I'm killing here." So
And also, too, there'd be times where like we'd be shooting scenes, and I was looking back at the footage. Oh, you can see the lights.
you can see lights.
Up, you can see the boom.
Yeah.
Up, you can see the
So
the
literally
extension
on
cables.
the set, while we're bitching about seeing the cables and cars and in the background, that's where the idea of Bogman was born.
Yes.
Like on set during between takes, we're doing a damn movie that we can see the lights and it
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
we're gonna do a movie where there's a TV crew.
Because
So
we
that
were
they're-
so mad that
yeah.
so many takes got cut because of that. And we had some really good stuff going, and we just lost it. We couldn't use it at all. And it was because a freaking 2020 Subaru would drive by or something
Yeah.
like that. And it just, oh.
Well, it was, it was 4 weekends. It was
Yeah.
it was 8 weekends
And
in
it
a
was
row.
hot.
It was 8 weekends in a row, the same way we did Bogman.
Yeah.
And in fact, I remember halfway through after the 4th weekend, that was kind of where like me and Daniel had decided we're like, this has been really fun. Like,
Yeah.
like next summer or the next time around this time, y'all just want to do
Let's
another
do this
one?
again.
And I was like, yeah, actually, I got a Bigfoot movie idea I've been
Yeah.
kicking around in my head.
Let's make it a documentary so we can have cables.
So
in the
that we
shot.
can put cable, yes.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And so, but working at the museum was terrific. They were all really great to us. They let us basically do what we wanted. We were respectful. We cleaned up after ourselves. We did everything right. It was a very unique experience, I think, for this area. And then we got a letter of
They
recommendation.
wrote
for them.
us a
glowing letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic, and we really had a terrific time. Everybody who showed up was very professional. It was a very good, tight set, and we all knew our lines. It was a wonderful. Honestly, it was a great experience from start to finish. It
Yeah,
really
and that was the first movie that Daniel was the cameraman.
yeah.
Because me and Daniel had worked together on Ne'er to Wells back in 2010 during my first movie, but he was just a PA back then.
No,
He didn't even own a camera at
no
that
kidding.
point. And
That's weird to think about, even.
So he started out like Aaron and
Yeah, he
all the
started
rest of
out. Daniel started out just like everybody else, coming just to help out whatever needed to be done. No training, no nothing. Just what do you need? And he worked harder than anybody else. And me and Sharky knew he owned a camera by the time we were doing the Unknown Strangers movie because he worked at the TV station and he talked
Right.
about it whenever we saw each other. Man, I bought this new Sony 7A or whatever, and so we were like, so you want to be a DP on this movie? And he went, no.
He said no.
Yeah,
What do you mean he said no?
Daniel turned us down whenever we first asked him to be the DP for the movie.
Wow. Okay.
He said, man, it sounds like a really good idea, and going and filming over there at the Aviation Museum would be a whole lot of fun. Because me and Sharky worked all this stuff out. Like we just knew, like we'll get it, we'll figure it all out. So whatever we can get, however we can get it. So it's a really good idea, guys. But like, I have so much stuff happening in my life with my rent houses, my kids, my job here, my wife. I just don't have the time. And I'm like, all right, man, I get it. I mean, but I'm not saying anything other than I have all those too.
Me too, bro.
And so we left, and he apparently thought about it all night. And we showed up at work the next day, and he came down there and said, yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it. And he has been trapped on the ride with us ever since.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's great. I had no idea. I love Daniel. He's been such an integral part to this whole experience. Like his eye, his director of photography eye, I've gotten used to, and that was something that we talked about in one of the movies. I talked with Dana Otero about that. Like I kind of know where Daniel's gonna be.
Yeah.
And it's been great, and I've loved getting to know his stuff.
I know how Daniel's going to move
Yeah,
whenever he
Yeah,
starts
right.
moving the camera.
As far as being around Daniel, he's probably one of the easiest going persons I ever met.
Without question.
Yeah.
Never heard him get loud or yell or any
Yeah.
of that. Now I've heard Mitch yell because people wouldn't shut up during the set.
Yeah.
when you shoot. I heard Mitch, shut the fuck up.
So that can lead us straight into the Bogman, because I remember me and you were talking about your character for Bogman on the last weekend of shooting Unknown
Yes,
Strangers
yes.
out there back behind that brewery.
Yes.
When we were in the alleyway.
Yep.
I was like, hey man, so I got this character in this script.
Yeah.
And
Remember
his
this.
his name is Dr. Martin.
Or
Doc Martin.
you came up to me and you said, I don't know if I like Dr. Benjamin Martin or Dr. Martin Benjamin. And I was like, let's go with Benjamin Martin. So that was like,
Yeah.
because I want to be Doc Martin.
Yeah, Doc Martin.
So yeah, that was it.
So, what, like, talking about the Bog, man,
Yeah.
what did you think whenever you first read the script? I mean, you obviously knew we were going to do the movie. You know, like, you had already worked with us, so you knew it was like, okay, they're going to
I know,
finish
yeah.
this.
We're finishing this. We're going to do that.
Yeah, so knowing that and reading the script, what were you thinking?
Are we doing this on episode 10?
Yes.
Okay.
No, well, no, this is episode 11
Oh,
now.
we're on
Or
episode
episode
11.
12.
Hey guys, we also have Mr. Marcus Allen here today, and he also was in Unknown Strangers, and it was his first movie with Open Heart Productions.
And
Oh yeah, I'll get to that. But he's also been in every movie we've made so far, and he is by far my favorite actor. Out of everybody. And so, Marcus, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started with Open Heart Productions?
All right, how I got started, kind of happened into it. A good buddy of mine I was in the military with forever, Daniel Stark, you know very well.
Our cinematographer.
Yep, he's been friends. I've been a friend of his over 20 years. We actually filmed some stuff together. We were down south for Hurricane Katrina.
wow.
Yeah, we were in the,
Really dating yourself
yeah,
now.
we were in the Superdome together, and we were paired together in a Humvee after Katrina while we were policing New Orleans, and he filmed quite a bit of stuff there. If I could dig it up, that'd be pretty funny to watch, I'm sure. But and from there, he asked me to do a couple commercials with him, and then he let me know you guys were doing this Unknown Strangers movie, and asked me if I wanted to be a part of it. And I said, yeah, it's fun to me. I really enjoy
So
it.
have you had any kind of actor experience or any training or any of that?
No.
Hey, you hear it?
No,
You hear it? Look, raw as they come, and one of the best actors I've ever met.
Oh, come on. I'm touched.
Well, I remember, and I don't know if you remember this or not, but whenever you auditioned for Unknown
I
Strangers,
do remember.
You actually read for the lead role
Yep.
of that Ben ended up
Yep.
playing, Jack Casey.
That's the first time I ever met Ben. He and I were both at your house. I remember you had some cheese and meat plates out
Yeah,
for us.
a charcuterie board.
A charcuterie board for the forest while we waited our turn to audition. It was my very first experience with auditioning for a role.
What was
I guess
that
it
like
did
for
all
you?
right. I was nervous.
You were nervous?
I didn't know what I was getting into.
Oh,
Had
boy.
You and Chris, y'all were, y'all already had some experience, and it was a little nerve-wracking. You got to be honest.
Well,
But,
I couldn't tell from your performance, if I'm being honest with you, but I do remember, like, we watched you read for the lead, Jack Casey, and as we're watching you read, I think both me and Sharky both looked at each other and thought the same thing, like, this dude should be Alan.
Yeah. Yeah, something's wrong with this guy. This
Yeah.
guy could play a psychopath that's been talking to himself for years.
So tell us a little bit about the character Alan in Unknown Strangers.
It's been a few years now.
I know,
but,
right?
Yeah, Alan, he was, when the world fell and the zombies took over, he locked himself in the airport hangar, and apparently the time alone got to him. And he was talking to himself, and when strangers showed up, it was the happiest day of his life.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, watching you film all the stuff for the Alan talking to himself scene was a thing of beauty, and then seeing how Daniel was able to cut it all together with the special effects to make it look like you were three different people at the same time, I was just like, dude, only Marcus could do that. Like, and how hot was it in that fucking?
It was hot.
Like, they had air conditioning,
It was hot.
but we couldn't turn it on while we were filming.
Yeah, for audio purposes,
Yeah, because
right?
you could hear it. It was
Yeah.
there.
No, that was a fun experience. I didn't know what I was doing, and then and I remember that scene in particular. putting me in one seat to the other, and just do it again. Add a little something to it. Had no idea how that was going to turn out.
How many times did you have to say that same bit of dialogue over and over and all the different setups that you
It
had?
must have been 15, 20 times.
Yeah, like you had the same bit of dialogue. It was the same 3 paragraphs,
Yep.
and everywhere we put you, we had you do the same 3 paragraphs, and like. Even at the time, I was like, "This seems excessive," but it worked.
Off the same
it
thing.
did work. It's like, okay, trust the process. Just trust it. What are some of the things that you remember the most about that shoot? What are the things that stick out to you?
Just how new it all was, being involved in something like that. Like I said, I had filmed a couple, local commercials with Daniel before, but this was nothing like that. Memorizing lines and trying to figure out how that was supposed to look when I played that part. I was just faking it till I made it, man. That's all I was doing. I just tried to have fun with it. And
Hey, real quick, we were all doing that.
You know how many times I've done that?
How many?
And they've come to me like 1 to 2 days before the shoot and said, "Hey, oh, by the way, you're playing this dude." I ain't even read the script. Hey,
look.
you know what I mean?
I'm pretty familiar with that myself. When I showed up for the
rake
rake investigation, you had specifically told me, "Oh, just show up and kind of do whatever." And then I get there, it's like, "You ain't read the script? What script? What are you talking about?"
Damn. So
he then had to take the script and go to his truck for about 15 minutes and look at it before he came out and gave us that brilliantness.
right.
I don't know about brilliant.
Yeah, you
but-
guys, you just wait until you hear us talk about the Bogman and all that, because his best character is yet to come. So yeah.
Mr. Mayor.
I remember one of the things that impressed me the most about your performance was whenever we were doing the nighttime scene where everybody was just chilling, and you had to go from like silly, crazy to serious, talking about dead children and your dead friends.
Oh, yeah.
And then immediately try to bring it back to brevity right after, or levity right after that.
Yep. Yep.
That to me, whenever I was watching those takes, editing that scene, that kind of me was like, oh, this dude's got depth. Like, he can be a character.
Come on.
But this dude can get it whenever he needs it.
Look, I'm just having fun with it. You guys trusted me to play a part, and I just didn't want to mess it up. That's about all I could say about it. I tried to have fun with it, and
Well, definitely some natural talent for sure, man.
I appreciate
I mean,
that.
literally, dude. Every time I see you get up there, I'm like, yeah, this is our star right here. This is our fucking star. Like what?
No.
Yeah.
There's some talented people involved in all this, and I'm way down that list. Benjamin and all those other guys. I got some chops. Those are some
Benjamin-
talented folks.
Benjamin
involved.
is one of the, besides from you, Benjamin is one of the most talented actors that I've ever worked with. Him and Chrissy both are
Yeah,
on my...
Chrissy's
'cause
fantastic.
Chrissy did such a great job in Unknown Strangers, too. But my next question is what did you think whenever you finally did see the movie all together? And after all those 2 months of weekends and the heat and all
Yeah.
that, like, what was your thought whenever you watched it?
I was excited to see it. I mean, obviously there were some audio issues and things like that, but it was really neat to see all of it come together. Being a small budget, and like you said, we're just kind of taking weekends when people were off work.
Yep.
Or taking off work.
It
to go
really
make
just
this
felt
happen.
like kind of just like a weekend club.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like there was no pressure. We weren't taking this too seriously. We were just trying to finish this thing, and everybody we worked with were our friends. So it just didn't seem like work, to be honest with you.
No, it was fun, man.
Outside of the heat in that hangar, like that sucked. But really,
Yeah.
besides from that, because there were air-conditioned areas that we could go to. That
Yeah.
office, we
Yeah,
could go to
cool
the
off.
office and cool off for a minute. So we weren't just, left out there to rot like we were in Bogman.
You were the guys that suffered in Bog, man. I come in for my little part here and
In the
there.
air conditioning.
In the air condition. You guys did the tough stuff. I just come in and with some shtick and do my thing.
Well, that's what I love about Open Heart, man, because there's so many creative aspects of everyone that come from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And we bring us all together when we do what we do, and with a little bit of nothing. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And we make the
Lots of
shit,
scraps.
that we make, and people actually like it. I mean, people do.
Well, you
And,
got guys like yourself and
Right.
and Richard in the back. Just the guys that just bend over backwards.
Yeah.
That just want to see it succeed.
The unsung heroes,
Right,
The ones
right.
that don't get the ones that don't get the accolades, like Richard Henderson and Aaron
Well, he
Simone
deserves them.
and
He
Luke
deserves some
Walker
accolades.
and Sharina Leggett and
Yeah.
Drew. Like, these are the people that are out there
The legwork,
putting
the-
in
yeah.
the work. That like I couldn't do it the way I wanted to do it without these people, and
we got some new merchandise. Check it out. New Bog Anthology shirt. New Honey Hole
Sweet.
shirt. With the Open
Sweet.
Heart stuff on the back there.
Come on.
Also got hats. If you want one of those, just,
Come on.
just
I
hit
did
us
see the
up in the
stickers.
comments, or DM me or Mitch or Open Heart Productions on any of the all that stuff.
I didn't wear mine.
Well, if you want to check us out, you can always go to our official YouTube page. We're actually streaming internationally now, so you can find us on Rebel Without a Clue Media, RadioKair.com, and let's see, we're on YouTube Music, Apple Music, Spotify,
What?
the TuneIn app, and also Garden Radio, which is worldwide.
And once again, I'm so fucking surprised all these networks put us on with all the potty mouth that I do while drinking and smoking the whole time.
I mean, like
You
I
do
said
have a potty
earlier,
mouth.
man, they see the creativeness in all of us. You know what I'm saying? And it shows in the stuff that we do. So, hey, if you want to check it out, just go to any of those places and check it out, and we'll see you on the next episode.